Hey everyone, welcome to another Hobby Hang with Megan and myself, Zach. If you are new, if this is your first time watching, if you're watching a rewatch, please do consider giving us a subscribe and also giving us a like, whether you're new or not new. Just like the video right now. Just take a second, like the video, just like it right now, real fast. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so today, Meg, what we're doing is fixing a tray of shameful models that have been...
They've been broken since Nova, some of them. Yeah.
At least.
Let's see. What is this camera at? There we go. Yeah. We have a tray of models that have been broken since, I want to say, Nova. We went to Old Town, maybe even from Old Town. And then Old Town teams, some more broke. And then we played some games here and some more broke. And then I stepped on my Lumineth model. It's just a bunch of broken stuff.
Yeah.
And we've been putting it off. It like sits on our shelf in this little pile because we're like, we can... make it work. Oh, there's more. Let's put more on the tray.
Witch elves. There's also there's two more witch elves. There's two more witch elves that both of them are the ones holding a flag. They still have the flag, but they're like this, and their arms are their knife arms are gone. So I actually I don't know where the arms are. I'm probably just gonna have to repaint new arms.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be good to like go through this tray of mess and fix everything. And we have a few different ways we're going to be fixing stuff. So there's going to be pinning. We're going to do some green stuff. There's going to be glue, sanding stuff down, re-gluing it. Yeah, so we're going to try to cover all the bases today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to be starting with,
pretty much it. I want to do the green stuff. So Trog has never had a tongue. Like, I know I painted it. It was green. It was there.
He had a tongue.
He had a tongue, but then he's never had a tongue in any picture I've taken of him. I think maybe the first progress shot that I've done. But I need to model him a tongue, so I'm going to do that first. Okay. And then I'm going to move on to, I think I'll try to pin something. Because it's hard. I want to get it out of the way. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, so I could just start doing that because you're setting up a poll. We need a poll. It's very important.
Yeah, I have one. I want to ask that's pretty good. So.
Okay. Sorry we're a little late today, guys. A few camera problems and yeah, that just happens.
Well, the camera problems might not have even been really the factor. We forgot to charge one of the purple ones after last night's stream. One of the purple, that means nothing to anybody. We have two sets of mics.
We forgot to charge one microphone yesterday.
Yes,
that's it. That's all we have to tell you. Yeah. So we were charging it for a little bit. If one of us mutes, then I guess we just won't talk.
That won't happen. They charge super fast.
I know. So anyway, it happens.
All right, I'm doing a serious poll today, and I know you don't love when I do serious polls all the time, Meg. But I want a serious poll topic.
All right.
Oh man, you start adding these other options. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh no, that was add an option. Okay.
Super. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
When you guys go, do you guys have a travel bag for repairing your models if you go to like RTTs or events or GTs or whatever? I do. I kind of want to know what's in yours. And then I'll talk about what I keep in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soups is being a pill. What kind of cameras do you guys have? Well, we can tell you that. It's a Lumix. Lumix what?
May I have my witch elves?
What it is? What kind of Lumix
GH5 S2.
GH5S. Yeah, and then our microphones are wireless go-to
Rode wireless go-tos. And what happened now that Soups is being nosy, even though he's not really being nosy.
Not really. He's just making a joke.
We have two sets. We have an orange set and a purple set. And for AOS games, the players use the orange set, and the producer uses the purple set. And then for hobby, we use the purple set.
This is the behind-the-scenes kind of intel you need to know that you can only get here on our Hobby Hang.
So essentially, after a night game, after every game, it's important that we charge them. Although, to be 100% honest with you, Meg, I don't know if you knew this or not, they have like an insane 8-hour life.
You know what I didn't bring was water.
Oh.
I need water.
Grab one of the,
I'm just going to throw some water in it real quick. I'll be right back.
There's squirty water right there.
Squirty water. I love squirty water. Yeah. Squirts McGurts. Cool. So we got some super chats already.
Oh yeah, let's get to those.
Maybe we should look at those.
We got one from Soups. He says, "Can't believe you're making us pay for basic hygiene."
Yeah, we have a goal. There's a goal up. Apparently, people don't like that I don't wash my cup. I don't know why it's such a big deal. It's just a water cup, but
definitely a big deal.
Listen, if you guys want me to wash it, you're gonna have to pay me to do it.
One time, Meg actually told me a story where this is back when you worked at the printer place, and you told me that your water bottle had become like a large Aquafina water bottle.
Okay,
And then
don't.
It got
Yes,
like mold or something.
I threw that away. And that was before I met you. No, was it before I met? It was a
Compensate.
It wasn't Compensate.
It was Compensate.
I thought it was when I was like in the classroom. Anyway, it's fine.
Well, that would have
been
been
fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Thanks, Zach.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
So your concerns are valid, friends.
Okay, good afternoon, you beautiful people. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Then thank you, Soups.
Yeah, thanks,
A
Soups.
big thanks to both you guys for always supporting us.
I don't want to scroll and catch up with chat now.
We really appreciate it.
We do.
When Gorglox returns and we all send, surely
What?
there will be a space for the two of you. Although
Why?
ultimately, I really have to say it's up to Gorglox. It's really
I
not
threw
up to
it
us.
away. I threw it away. Don't. Just stop.
Yeah, this is a good one too. Cody brings up drinking cup or painting cup. And when I was like, I often watch journeys. I will watch Meg's journeys. I
For
wake
like
up,
a minute, and then he goes.
I wake up. I'm like,
sleep.
hi, and I fall asleep. And then I'll like wake up, and then I'm like, oh, what the fuck are they talking about? Anyway, I saw that they're talking about your water cup. Meg will actually like also take a painting water cup. And this really isn't that big of a deal. It's just kind of weird.
I don't drink it.
No. It's
Before
just,
you guys get any ideas.
it's just kind of weird. She'll like dump it out. But you know how like when you dump a painting water cup out, we use these glass water cup, these beakers. We thought it would be a major part of our branding that we had beakers and that it was like science. But then
we'll get back to
we
it.
really did very little of any of that.
Well.
In fact, actively encouraged people to not read or...
But that's the...
Yeah. Anyway, our beakers, Meg will like, it'll be like a grayish purple or something, and she'll like I was painting daughters or something. She'll like dump it out, and there'll be like a little bit left in there, and then she'll just fill it back up and put it down, start using it. So like her water will look like lots of us start our hobby session with crystal clear water. She'll start it with like pretty muddy looking water.
That's not true.
You do that.
I don't do that. I clean it.
right.
I didn't bring anything to like flatten stuff out with. That's fine. It doesn't really matter.
What do you need?
I'm just like gonna flatten it with this. Because I don't want the tongue to be round.
Oh, I see.
Oh, look. Okay, there we go.
All right, well, I fixed my first model,
Well, anyway.
my High Gladiatrix. She got benched last night.
Benched?
I have
yeah,
two
yeah,
High
yeah.
Gladiatrixes.
Against
I have
Tom?
the official model, and I have
God.
the scratch built one I used. Because back in 3rd edition, High Gladiatrixes were so crazy good that you took two. But in this edition, sadly, they're not as good. But I did not use her, and it was because she was a little broken, so I had to use the backup Gladiatrix, and she did good. She was my field sergeant.
Chat
First time using a
stopped
field
interacting
sergeant.
with us because you told them about my secrets.
Okay.
God, Zach. I'm the one that's gross and I blame you.
Cody uses the same jar of paint.
Yeah, I don't-
I don't actually. Like I said, I don't think I've seen Meg do it. She's saying she doesn't normally do it. That's probably true. She probably normally doesn't do it, but I've seen her do it. And all I'm saying is, I remember kind of being like, that's weird, but it actually doesn't really matter that much because it's gonna look like that after one or two.
You know why, Zach? I just like in California we worry about drought a lot.
They have the pennants.
Yeah. And I know this is gonna sound stupid, but it's something that has been ingrained in my brain and I have a hard time getting away from. But I'm like, don't waste the water. It's still gonna work. Like, just stretch it. And it has ended up applying to like everything. Like I'm like, don't waste that tiny bit of paint. You can just add water, get more, life out of it. And it's like, it doesn't really work that way. So, I mean, there's also laziness. I don't like doing dishes, I think I mentioned. But truthfully, it's like there's this back of my brain voice that's like, don't waste that. It's not that bad. You guys, I'm not a chinchilla. Yes, I do clean my paint palette. I give it a sniff test, and if it doesn't smell right, I swap it out. Because again, I'm like, this is still good. I don't smell anything weird.
One thing I do for my wet palette, since we're taking today to talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know apple cider vinegar is like antifungal in general. So
Sure.
I do sometimes put a little dab of apple cider vinegar on my wet palette, but you have to be careful. If you put too much in, it'll soak into the sponge and it'll go into the paper and it'll actually genuinely screw with the texture of your paint. Like you'll notice it immediately. But a really, really, really tiny amount mixed with water in your wet palette. If you think you're going to be holding on to a wet palette for like a week or so, kind of nice.
Yeah, okay. I let it ride for a while. I let it ride for a while because I want to keep working with the paint I started with. Pretty sure like the last time I worked with my Lumineth paint it's been too long. I need to just like restart over, which is too bad because I did pour a lot of paint out. I shouldn't have. Okay, that's too long.
We keep some of our green stuff in a Ziploc bag, Chris. This one isn't like in the case it came in.
Yeah, and it's doing okay.
It's okay. But I honestly have to say, I genuinely...
Should put a rubber band on.
I was surprised. I didn't realize Meg was making a tongue. I have a green stuff story. You guys want to hear my green stuff fix-it story? Okay, I'm going to tell it anyway. This is a great story. All right. You guys know that in 2016, we started a club, Fault Line 40K, in the Bay Area here, where we would play games of Warhammer 40K every Thursday at this store. This store is Game Castle Mountain View. That store no longer exists. Game Castle does exist. They don't. Anyway, we had 2 carts at that store where they let us store our terrain. And in addition to the carts, we actually had, I don't know why we had this. We probably never needed this. This was an insane addition. We had a cage. We had a steel.
Yeah.
We had like a steel cage.
Everything was like very safe.
That we parked our carts in. Now, there's a few good reasons we did this. Now that I think about it, I love a lot of the folks at Game Castle, but I will say, I'll just be honest. I don't think that everyone that's always working there knows everything that's going on. So I'm glad that we had the cage because definitely, if we hadn't, I think people would have gone into the back room and just grabbed our terrain and used it that weren't supposed to be using it.
Even if it was in a...
I'm suggesting
like a case?
If it wasn't.
If it wasn't. Yeah. Sorry.
Lo and behold, little would I know that it wouldn't be strangers, surprise, surprise, that would destroy and damage our terrain, but Fault Line members themselves. So one day, I'm not there on a Thursday. It was actually a couple Thursdays in a row I wasn't there. And I used to have this city we called it Mossy City. It was one of my first train boards I made. It went on a cobblestone mat. It was all the GW cities trained from like the 2000 era. If you guys remember that stuff, like the Shrine of the Aquila was one of them. And then there was like a Manufactorum and a Ministratum. They were just different ones. It was a great set. I had a whole city made out of that and pink foam bases. And at that time, I didn't think, well, I was still learning, and I actually glued the Citadel plastic to the pink foams. And so that way you could just pick up one city, boom, put a city down, or put a building down, right? Anyway, I kind of get this message one night after on a Thursday, and someone's telling me like, hey man, do you guys, those of you who watched our New Year's stream, you might remember me talking about Zach extractions and dealing with man babies. I get this message and it's like, hey man, it was really hard to put stuff away in the cart tonight. Oh, okay. Why? Did someone add something? No, we just couldn't figure it out or something like that. And okay. Okay. That was kind of my response. Like, I don't know what, like, okay, cool. I have no kind of engineering background or anything like that. The stuff goes away on the cart in a particular way, but it wasn't so inflexible that there weren't some options. So anyway, then I get a message. I want to say the next Thursday or over the weekend, some people came, I think, and played. And Fault Line members, we had a key that we kept at Game Castle. We felt that in case they needed to get into it or whatever, right? And also Fault Line members who didn't have keys could go up and say, hey, can I get the key? I'm in Fault Line, blah, blah. So this member goes up and he's like, hey, can I get the key? Blah, blah. Anyway, then I get this message, and this message is like, hey, just so you know, when I pulled the cart out, someone had set it up like an idiot, and one of your boxes of Malsey City, full of fully built train pieces, fell like 7 feet.
Oh no!
Because that's how tall the carts
shattered.
were. And I opened it up, and everything was just like totally destroyed. And he's like, but don't worry.
You can fix it.
The next day or something, I forget how it happened, but he's like, but don't worry, a few of us fixed it for you.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Remember this?
And everything was still garbage.
Oh my God, I was furious. I went back and...
I hope they're not watching right now.
I went back, one of them's dead, one of them I think might be dead, and one of them's a total asshole. And one of them's a friend, but he's pretty goofy, and he didn't participate in the fixing part.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So, hi, John.
So it fell, and to fix it, and this is why Meg today was like, oh, I'm using green stuff. I was like, what are you using green stuff for? For whatever reason, these 3 people used exclusively green stuff as the adhesive to fix my train. And I was like,
pretty good.
I got it. I looked at it. I was like, it was a mess. And it had green stuff all over it. I was like, guys, a lot of people don't know this. Ready? Green stuff, not an adhesive. It's not an adhesive at all. Like, it's not an adhesive. And if you make a green stuff, like if you've got like a guy, he's got like a sword hilt, and you make a little sword blade, and you put it on there, and you let it dry, you're going to be disillusioned and think for a second it's sticky. But I mean, if you just poke that thing, it's going to fall off. Like, green stuff is absolutely not an adhesive.
I'm going to pin it in its
No,
mouth.
that's different.
It's going to be great.
You're sculpting something, and you're also going to glue it in, right?
I'm going to do all kinds of things to it.
They just used green stuff as the adhesive.
Yeah.
It was like they couldn't be bothered to get glue.
I know.
Mind-boggling.
It's crazy.
The set remained ruined forever. A lot of it still has not been fixed. Some of it has been fixed. Yeah.
I am sorry.
Do you remember when that happened?
I do remember. I've actually heard this before.
It's pretty ridiculous. I was livid.
All right. Well, I finished my tongue. Like, that's great. It's pretty easy.
Looks good.
Yeah. So you guys probably saw that. I'm gonna let it set, and then, like I said, I'm gonna drill into the mouth and make it stick. I also made it curvy because I don't want it sticking straight out. That's how it broke. So it'll probably hook under a little bit more to protect it. So anyways, there's that. It's pretty simple. Now I have this idiot to deal with, which is really annoying because I already drilled this. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
pinned it. I mean, I already pinned it.
I mean, I'm having the exact same issues, right?
Sorry,
with mine.
It's hard to focus this stuff.
It's all banners,
there
right?
We go.
It's banners and holding.
Banners suck, dude. I don't. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? We need thicker banners.
I really don't know.
But there's a pin already in this stick, and there's the hole here that you can see. And I'm kind of thinking, like, should I just cut the whole thing off? And he's just like, power, like power fisting the air.
Yeah.
I might, because I have other stuff I can pin. I don't need to pin today, like pin this guy. And this is the, like, 3rd or 4th time it's broken off, and I'm kind of sick of it. I think sometimes that's the answer. Like, if you
just redo it.
If you can get rid of it, just get rid of it. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I can clip that off and nobody would know. He's just like rah.
I mean, the other thing
Right?
you could do is you could put like a little ball on there.
Yeah.
To like it's a mace. That is his weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably is going to look better if he has some kind of weapon.
Listen, it's not going to be this. See you later. Oh, the rod's in there. I'm stuck. I have to do it. What am I going to do? Okay, so I'll cut the bottom off. Let me think a minute. I wasn't prepared for this. Should we do the news?
Sure. We do have memes. Saray, your gun hauler. Yeah, I can go grab your gun hauler and fix it.
What do I do here, guys?
Okay, we've got some memes today.
Yeah, we do. The news, guys. It's the news. Timbit
best.
ruined the cutters. Thanks.
Are White Scars the best bike army in the game? White Scars aren't even the best bike army in Space Marines.
This is from Yusuf. I'm going to assume that he made it.
Yeah.
Yusuf, I'm trusting you. If you guys have seen this elsewhere on the internet, then go yell at him for me.
I don't
This is like throwing some shade at White Scars. Why?
get the meme.
It's fine. But why are we throwing shade at White Scars? What happened? This isn't Yusuf. Okay. Who is it? Is it you, Soups? I don't know. Who is it? I forget.
Okay, this one. Let's
This one is definitely Yusuf.
I'm just gonna move on from that last one.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the meme. I didn't understand the joke in the meme.
Listen,
and it
I'm
was
trying,
made by somebody else,
I
and
forgot.
it wasn't funny.
I'm sorry. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Okay, okay, this one. What's
I'm a
going on
mess.
here? Here's
It's my
you.
fault. This is me drinking piss, I guess. I don't know. What is this? Why?
Is this normally somebody like drinking milk or something? Like one of those got milk ads? It says Adobe stock all
here.
over it.
The meme was because Dark Angels are bullshit, and because it made Timbit and Boris mad. So that's why it's funny. I get it now.
Okay.
We love torturing each other.
Okay.
So in the news this week, we tortured Timbit and Boris.
He wasn't the best drummer in the world. He's the best drummer in the Beatles.
Jeez Louise.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyways, apparently I drink piss water. You know what this is about.
Yeah, this is... I mean, this is fair.
This one's about my cup habits.
What is this?
This picture of me is like 3 years old.
I'm very interested in where people get the base image, like both images from, because like I love how it says Adobe stock all over it.
I know, that's so gross. Wait, does she have a thumb finger? I mean, like a big toe finger?
Is that added for you?
Is this real?
Is it a...
No, that's a real finger.
No, that hand looks...
I don't know.
messed
All of
up.
it's gross. Why is she drinking piss water? I hate it.
I think they put some of the thumb from it and try to attach it to the thumb.
You think? Well, anyway, it's disgusting and I hate it. And it's not that big of a deal. It's just water.
All right, let's see.
Rudy.
Okay,
Not
Happy
sure
New
if it
Year,
matters,
nerds.
just
Too late.
donating
Happy
help.
New Year. Oh yeah, you caught Thunder.
This is the we had
He
it,
tried
guys.
to edit.
In the news, it's the new year. That's and Thunder had a rough
And
start.
then you got the next one, fat figure.
Yeah,
And Gnome
got him.
He got wrecked. This is like
I feel like there was another one after this that
I
I just
think there-
missed. Yeah.
every now and then someone just gets destroyed for like a few minutes on our Discord. I feel like often it's Soups because he's just so active and he's just such a good sport about it.
He is a good sport. He lets us torture him.
But in this
so much. Let me see
particular
the blue
case,
clippers.
yeah, these are for wires.
Yeah.
In
well,
this particular-
that's what I'm cutting.
Yeah. Well, in this particular case,
I'm cutting wires.
I know I'm covering my eyes.
Oh,
so I don't get
I
shot in
thought
the
you didn't
eye.
want to see, like I was doing something wrong. But anyways, yes, Thunder, we love you, guys. We love you. Friends pick on other friends, right? A little bit. All right, I'm gonna have to re-drill this because of the glue.
That was funny when I
Yeah.
saw that.
It was pretty great. Also, that was my meme, and I decided to throw it in.
Okay.
I think this is Soups. I don't know what the scene is from, but it's in reference to our hobby collab bingo, which has started. So you guys, that's our new challenge. We'll give you the deets later, or we could just give it now.
Is Liberty Fires
Should we
even
just
alive?
give it now? Liberty Fires was on a vacation.
I know, and then-
now he's coming back tomorrow.
And now this happened, and
this happened, and everybody is like, Liberty, give me my cup.
my
Liberty,
cup.
give me my
Liberty, give me my cup. What?
my bingo chart.
Send me a cup.
I've got like cups like stuck in my brain now. Yeah. Yeah. So do that. Should we just go over the challenge now?
We'll finish the memes.
So we don't do it at the end? All right. Forget it. Sorry, guys. Nice. Bartok hung out with me on my journeys.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And this is like early in journeys because I don't have any plants on it. But yeah, he's hanging out. And then I was doing something. I think I was airbrushing. And he pushed it. And I was like, don't do that. Like freaked out. Because I thought I was going to fall over.
Did he have no response like he usually does?
Yeah, he had no response. But everyone liked seeing him. He's so cute. What?
No, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are excited about getting the camera on him as well. We've been testing a few different things.
Yeah, I'm going to have to order a new one. I don't think the harness is any good, which is too bad. All right.
Oh, our current one?
The one we bought, yeah, it's not very good.
So we're about to be on number 3 then.
No, number 2.
Oh, okay.
I only bought the one.
Well, the pack
I only tested the one.
Brett brought a bunch. And we
Yeah, but there was no harness.
No harness.
If there's no harness, it's not going to work.
Got it.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to re-drill into this thing.
I hate witch elf banners.
They're terrible. Why are they so long? Who wants anything that long around them?
They break off, and then they also like
in battle
jut down into the other witch elves nearby, and
it's like it's like the cape thing in Incredibles. Like that's just gonna trip you up. There's not always a breeze. Rudy. Oh yeah. Rudy, you clean your airbrush at the end of every session. You clean your hobby tools once every few days. Yeah, I do try to clean up my hobby stuff.
Yeah, I would hope somebody would clean their airbrush at every session, but I know that what you're saying is not always
I
true.
do clean our airbrush, Zach, I promise.
No, I know.
The other day, actually, after that meme, the one with Bartok, that was like my blue airbrush day. And at the very end, I pulled out all this blue, like, boogery, gross gunk out of it, and it felt so like satisfying. You know, like peeling the tape off of a mask. I was like, yes, I really cleaned it.
I'm kind of a beating a dead horse around my people around me with this, but you really need to clean your airbrush not after every session, but you need to run clean water through it until you shoot clean water out every time you put paint in it.
Yeah,
people don't do that, but
you convinced me. Like I'm trying to put less paint at a time in the cup. I used to like fill the cup up. I'm like, I want to like be efficient, right? And just have my paint there, but it backfires because then everything dries out faster. But then like we talked about just diluting with water, and that kind of solves it too.
No, well, I don't dilute the paint with water.
I do.
Oh no,
I do, and that helps. That's what I was taught too in my classes. Like they weren't like dilute your paint. It was just like we were diluting our paint. And I never had problems in those classes. And then I came home and I was like, well, we don't do that at home. So I just didn't do it.
Well, because at home what I do is I shoot paint
and
through.
And also it was an Infinity we were using at the time. So yeah.
Any airbrush, I shoot paint through. Then I blast it out with water, and I don't shoot that through the brush. I keep dumping it out. Then once that's all done, I shoot it through and clean it out, and I make sure what's being shot out is clear water. Then I reload it. And I do that every time.
Yeah, but also I think, having less, having your paint be more viscous.
Yeah, if you need to.
Helps.
Some paint it's good for, yeah. Yeah, you should, like, honestly, I usually kind of say, like, 90% of the time you're airbrushing, what should be coming out of your airbrush is water, not paint. Like, you should mostly when you're airbrushing, you're cleaning an airbrush. That's mostly what it is. The actual act of airbrushing is a small part of it.
A deep clean, yeah. He's talking about a deep clean.
Yeah, deep clean, yeah. Yeah, I soak. That's kind of what I like about the Patriots. They don't really have any parts on them that are damaged by soaking. So I soak. But I also use this weird soap.
We soak.
That I get that's totally cool for airbrushes called Pac Clean, Pacific Clean. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They mostly make stuff to clean cars and car parts and stuff. But the owner is also a Warhammer guy, and so he made his own brush cleaner that works awesome to dilute and soak airbrushes in. I've never had like any dechroming or anything like that.
Oh, yeah. That's always the worry, right? If you do it too much.
I suppose.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never had any deep dechroming from the Pack Pro cleaner. It's called our best brush cleaner. I just ordered a new bottle of it, actually.
I just used Tamiya. I always forget. Tamiya. Okay, cleaner now. I haven't had to deep clean since I started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all know how I feel about cleaning.
Not sure if this, Rudy says, not sure if this matters. Just starting to help. Of course it matters. Of course it helps. Of course. Thank you as always,
It's going to help me wash my cup.
Yeah, but I do feel like I'm with you, Rudy. I like to kind of reset my hobby area all the time. I'm kind of constantly coming in here and resetting the area and like cleaning it up and putting things away. Because I don't like this area to be messy. I like to have space on the table.
You do not. And this is another case where I'm always like, but Zach, I don't want to waste the paper. I really milk this like paper.
Taking the paper
Yeah.
up. Yeah, taking the paper up, I don't take it up as much as I used to.
Yeah. Probably got tired of dealing with me.
No, I mean, you're kind of right. It is expensive. The paper's not...
It adds up.
It adds up, and we're a business, and it's one place where you can kind of look and see and say, well, if we push the paper kind of far, we save money. But I will say, I don't super care about the paper being messy for you and me. I more so do it so that we get good visuals on stream.
I know.
And then there does come a time with the paper where, especially some people airbrush directly onto the paper.
Mm-hmm, where you can't like see what you're doing anymore.
Yeah, we're not supposed to do that. Some people do that here in the studio. And so you typically airbrush on a different piece of paper on top of this paper. But a lot of people will just airbrush directly onto it. Again, not supposed to do that. But we have to, it just causes us to have to flip the paper faster when that happens. So it's fine. Everyone gets choices. We like to let people make their own choices around here.
Well, if you don't want me hobbying in here anymore, just let me know.
No, didn't say
I'll
that.
Get all my stuff and I'll leave.
I didn't say that. I didn't even say who it is that airbrushes directly into the paper.
You know who it is. You know it's me. God, I am the worst.
Well, if you airbrush directly on paper, we reset the paper. It's a pretty straightforward cause and effect. This bill that I did the other day is thankfully right off camera, but
thankfully.
And right where you're at right now, underneath of it, has been airbrushed onto, but we have a separate piece of paper there. That's a good question.
Yeah, molecule. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing now. Like, this is not a new roll. It's just like a piece of paper over the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, the answer is yes. We could do that.
I sprayed right onto the paper. Sorry. Yeah, it's everybody.
Yeah,
it's Brad, it's
Saray.
Meg, it's Saray, it's everybody. They all do it.
I noticed one name wasn't on that list.
No, I don't do it.
Okay, so I just repinned. So I cut off.
Because I'm the one who has to change the paper.
Yeah. I scraped off the top, and I'm just like, every time I do this, this thing gets shorter and shorter.
Same. I have banners that. I mean, that's good. That's a good thing. I think eventually it'll get so short that you won't be able to break it.
I know. Although I do want to. I can go a little deeper, so I'm gonna do that. The deeper, the better. You know.
There's a lot of good paints for airbrushing. I think Pro Acryl's good. I agree with Saray on that one. I think I really like I like Citadel Air. I think Citadel Air works great through an airbrush. I also like through an airbrush. Those are probably my two favorite through an airbrush. Cuttlefish brand paint is amazing through an airbrush. I think you have to get that online.
Sorry.
It's hard to find that in stores. I mean, what I do with AK, I've brought this up before, is I'll typically buy 2 bottles of paint for AK. And one of them I'll just add AK, like acrylic thinner in too. I open it up and add acrylic thinner into it, basically till it's like up at the top. And then I will, after that, I'll just shake it really hard. And then usually it's okay for an airbrush paint. Honestly, I think like if you're starting airbrushing and you're, when we start airbrushing, we want to be scientific. We want scientific answers. We want this exact amount and this paint. What one brand can I buy where it will all work perfectly and all work great through my one airbrush? And the fact of the matter is, don't let that, in my opinion, don't let those decisions stifle what you're going to do. Do what you're going to do and learn. And you're going to just learn. And like, for example, I find that bone and like bone colors.
Anything with white.
White itself is often fine because...
Well, white ink.
Yeah, like I mostly use white inks. I use the Mosquito white ink, or I use
I feel like white
AK
tends
titanium.
to be thick because it needs to be opaque and it's so
Yeah.
light.
I don't know why, but the ink, the whites I have are fine.
Sure.
I think it's the ink nature of them or whatever. But what I tend to find is particularly sucky, even more than white, are bone colors, like creams and bone colors. I don't know. You'll just learn. But a good place to start, in my opinion, I truly do think Citadel Air is good. I also think Monument is good, and the reason Monument's good, both of these paints you can do this with. I also like when I can use my airbrush paint with a brush. Citadel Air is kind of funny because in all Citadel paint videos, they really stress thinning your paint, thinning layer and their base paints. And then they sell Citadel Air, which is like the exact consistency you want to use. And so it's sort of funny because they have a product that is what they're telling you to do in a bottle already.
Yeah.
So I don't really paint with Citadel with a brush with Citadel Air very often.
Sometimes I do.
I do too. We have some. I like Citadel base, and I like Citadel Air personally.
Well, yeah, I was running layer paint. Was I running layer paints? Maybe not. I was running air paints through Citadel Air through the Patriot, but I still had to thin it down. I still added water to it, and it made it easier. The blue still
Layer
was
or air?
air.
Oh, yeah.
I added, because I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be an issue flowing through it.
Oh, okay.
And so I did that, and I still had a ton of gunky, like, Temple Guard blue at the bottom, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Thanks, Molecule.
I wonder if it's just old. Was it a little air bottle or a big air bottle?
I mean, it was a big air bottle, and it was old because it was almost empty, so we need to buy more. We need more Temple Guard blue. Molecule, thank you for the donation, for the super chat. It's everybody. Yeah, I know, right? I called this out. Proceeds to name everyone but Zach.
Yeah, I don't, because I don't do it. I don't spray onto that paper. It's just a fact. I did make this big spill, though, but that was an accident.
Yeah, you did have a hobby mishap.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so I pinned this guy's banner. This Trog has so many problems with it. So after that, I have to glue him back in place. His little arm broke off. So I'll probably pin that too, actually. I might as well let that dry. And Saray, your advice is good. Use a 1.5 millimeter brass rod. I will do that. I can't do that. You saw that. I can't do that here because the rod is stuck and I can't cut it off. But that's a good idea for the future. Here, I can't do that because it's his hand. I could give him a little robot hand. You like that?
Yeah.
No, of course he doesn't.
I don't say same. I don't know where and how I would weave that into this. I just glued 3 banners. I'm pretty unhappy with all 3 of them. They look shitty and stupid. I hate it, and that's that. So those are done. Let's see, Meg. Oh, let me do my chaos.
Yeah, here.
Oh, yeah.
Take whatever you want.
This. Okay.
What was it that somebody... Mary, Citadel Air is a different formula. It's not just watered... Yeah, it's not. But I can water it down and run it, and it's fine. Like, it wasn't a problem. Oh, my God. Bryce, top 5 snacks to have while painting. I'll think about it.
I'll grab this guy, too. While I'm at it.
I don't know. Wine, beer,
Wine.
a cocktail. That's top. We do top 3 here. Your turn. Acrylic paint chips. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't eat while I'm hobbying.
Yeah, I do. I drink more. Like normal Frappuccino. All terrible things.
Any kind of, I mean, even like a non-alcoholic beverage. I'm more likely to be having a drink of some sort.
Tea. You drink a lot of iced tea.
While I'm I don't really like to eat while I'm hobbying.
I like to have moldy water.
Mold, yeah.
Love it.
Kombucha.
It's so good. Yeah. It's got all this like extra fiber in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on? What are you working on?
Oh my god, that's fine. I should point out that I sprayed it onto the paper while I was there because Brett instructed me to. Oh my god. We need to have some. We need like a list of
grievances. We should start a new
courtesy.
There's grievances and then there's judgments, right? Doesn't the judge do judgments?
You're
not listening to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but there's hobby.
The Book of Grudges, right? The little dwarves in 40K, right?
Oh yeah.
Is it 40K where they have the grudges, or is it Sigmar?
Both.
Okay.
That's just
and
like
then
a dwarf thing, yeah.
And then the judge from Flesh Eater Courts has a book of like judgments or something, right?
Yeah. We need to just be like, okay, here are common courtesy things in the lab, in the hobby room. And one of them for sure.
John.
Don't
gross.
spray directly onto the paper. Or like,
probiotics.
Oh, I have a 4.5 hour dry brushing project. Let me use this paper to get the paint off. I come in and there's like little circles of the same color all over the place. That's happened before.
Yeah. Okay. Ondarian is saying Old World was where it came from.
Yeah. But they have Votan and Fire Slayers both have something like that. Okay. Wow, these guys are easy to fix. The
That's
Chaos
good.
Warriors.
Yeah. Yeah, after I'm done... Actually, I probably don't need to... Yeah, never mind.
The Book of Grudges equals Next Door. The Next Door app.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I need to... So this part's a little tough. Let's see.
Barbecue ribs and Cheetos, both named by Serene Soups as favorite snacks while they're hobbying. Yeah, I actually...
Barbecue ribs?
I think they're joking.
Yeah, you guys are dorks.
I don't like to eat while I'm hobbying, honestly. I will get up and go eat something in the other room. Like last time was cheese fruit plates for us while we're hobbying.
Yeah, we'll go do that. That's true. Charcuterie. That's not a bad
But I don't
option.
keep it in. I don't like the idea of paint getting on my food or
I guess
shavings
that's
of plastic, dustings getting on my food, stuff like that. So I try not to have food in here really.
Yeah.
No, beverages we have in here, but I try not to do food.
Yeah.
Meg, I'm sorry. Can I have that little Fire Slayer?
Here, just take the whole
Fire Slayer?
goddamn
The whole
thing.
Fire Slayer? Thank you. That's it. That's all I need. Just
Okay.
the Fire Slayer. It's fine. Sorry, I grabbed what I was fixing on him, but I forgot to grab him.
Rudy, thank you for your donation. 2 Temple Guard Blue Air being sent to your P.O. box. Thank you.
To your favorite cleaner.
He's so quick.
I just got
to
some.
Tenebris Gray. Can this donation be used to buy your favorite cleaner?
I just got some of my favorite cleaner. Here, I'll shill for my favorite cleaner too, real quick. 1 sec.
Oh, you asked earlier, Rudy. I'm sorry. We are not in need of any cleaner right now. We are bursting at the seams with cleaner. It doesn't all fit on the shelves, so we're good. There's a whole box of it here. It's not even open or on a shelf. So please do not send us any more cleaner.
Yeah, Pack Pro Cleaner with a K.
We're good. Yeah. But thank you. And thank you for everything you've sent.
Let's see. I'll show you guys this stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty great. And usually he sends a freebie. I'm going to say that, and now he won't have. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm going to punch Soups.
No freebie. Okay. Pack Pro Cleaner. Don Trammell, Pacific Products. He sends you all of this. He sends you his card.
Oh.
Oh, his card might be a sticker.
All right.
That's cool.
Should we put it on our refrigerator?
Yeah. All right. And then what you get, this is the product right here. Looks like this. Our best brush cleaner.
You do love that
I
stuff.
love this stuff.
Wasn't that sent to you as a gift to test out, and then you fell in love with it?
Back at Hobby Titans, Brad and I, the guy sent us a message. Him and his dad play Warhammer. Him and his dad play Warhammer, and this is somewhat local, Sutter Creek. That's actually
where that wine is from. Right?
Oh, is that right? Probably, yeah, Sutter
right?
Creek. Yeah, I never
maybe
made
not,
that
maybe not, maybe not.
Never made that connection.
Maybe not.
So anyway, oh yeah, a freebie. Let's see what we got in here. He always sends a freebie. It's probably, he does, oh yeah, this stuff's great too. He sent this stuff to me before. It's great stuff too. He sends you like the in case you want to spray or not. This is Clean Hands. This one has the label on upside down. Maybe that's why I got it for free. This stuff is like I said, he mostly does stuff for, the main idea is it's automotive stuff.
Yeah.
But this is like that stuff that's available. You don't need water and it'll clean your hands. It actually mentions brake dust on here. So you can tell it's like an automotive product. But this one is very great. Our best brush cleaner. Highly recommend it. Pack Pro Cleaner. You can put a little bit, like a few drops in like a glass bottle or jar or something. And then put your airbrush in there after the session, fill it up with water, kind of like holds it in stasis. If you had a particularly, so honestly, I don't usually deep clean my airbrush after each session. What I do is I just keep running water through it while I'm using it. And then at the end, I'll often just soak it for like overnight and then I come back and clean it out one more like pretty easy time. Just like running water through it. That's kind of my system. Mail time of stuff we bought ourselves.
Yay! Our own mail time.
And Rudy, we will make it to the post office. Actually,
yeah, we'll head over.
Potentially tomorrow or for sure Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, Fire Slayer. What do you work? Are you still working on him, Meg?
Yeah, I need to pin his arm because I'm a moose, like swinging my arms around, acting like a doofus, and then I break stuff. And I've broken this thing off so many times, and there's like caked on. Like crystallized super glue. So he needs a lot of cleanup. Here, I'll show you what I'm up to, I guess. This is this guy. So his little peg hand right now. I drilled.
It's just a little off camera.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't like this view at all. There we go.
It's a camera. It's
okay. Anyway, so he's got a little peg hand.
Boy, this guy looks good, huh?
Who?
Your troglodyte?
Oh, thanks.
You always call it a trog, but that's actually its own thing in Age of Sigmar.
Well, I don't care. I'm calling it a trog. Like, you keep telling me things. I don't care. All right, I gotta
what was it yesterday?
This is all just glue.
What was it? I told you something about my army, and you're like...
What am I supposed to do with this information?
No.
We were doing a practice game and we were streaming it in Discord. We do that sometimes. So if you're not in our Discord and you want more stupid game action, because it is very stupid when we do it there. We goof around a lot. Yeah, join our Discord. So anyways, I need to just...
Rudy, to answer your question...
mark a spot.
Yeah, I dilute it down quite a bit. I only put a few drops of this into like a little glass beaker. I'm going to say maybe 2 teaspoons worth. And then I fill the rest up, and it's like an 8 ounce. Well, I don't know how many ounces our beakers are. I think they're 8 ounces. 8 ounces of water. The liquid itself will look ever so slightly pink, sort of like that liquid they breathe in the abyss when they go deep into the water. And then you just put your airbrushes in there, and then you come out the next day, and all of it's like broken down. It's amazing. You can also clean real brushes with it. How's it going? Oh, you know what, Meg? I'm gonna go grab Saray's gun hauler and fix
His
that.
what?
One of his character on Overlord's vehicles. And then when we come back, we can talk about fixing other things.
Yes.
Okay.
Other things.
Other things. Hint.
Oh.
Hint.
There's a segment coming up. Would it help if you marked an X or the letters Hobby Collab to act as a center point for the camera? Yes. The problem is I didn't set this camera angle up today, and I haven't fixed it yet. It's just not where I want to sit, really. And normally I do chart that out, but today we were just having some issues before. So it's a little problematic. Anyways, I'm just drilling into his hand. Let me move the camera. It is kind of driving me crazy. You know what? I can solve my own problems. Sorry, Zach. I didn't like the camera.
No one's on camera.
I know, it's horrible. It's horrible, guys. I had to do it, though. Oh, look, it's freaking out. There we go. Zach's on camera.
Okay. I've got Saray's gun haulers here.
Here, why don't we take it off this view while I'm doing this?
Yeah. This is what it's supposed to look like. You've got the top balloon and this little mini balloon here. These are so cool. I kind of weirdly think the gun hauler might be my favorite KO model.
Oh, yeah? What do you like about it?
I like how it's the ship, but it's kind of tiny. You got the 2-man crew on here. I love the little guy with the gun, and then the little pilot. I don't know. Look how adorable this little 2-man team is.
They are cute. Their stupid little suits are so cute.
Yeah, I like these. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about the camera, you guys. That was stupid of me. Okay. Did you want to show it at all, like on camera? What's broken? The balloon?
We have that drill, Rudy,
Oh,
and
man. Why is this happening?
We have that drill.
This is why I don't fix things.
Try that.
No. Okay. I'm gonna try to fix it.
Okay. I can also make. So the balloon thing switched or broke off here. Saray dropped this in the middle of a game one time, and it got just totally demolished. Here, let me. It's not yet, Meg.
Okay.
Okay. Fixing other people's models is kind of scary.
I know. You don't want to make it worse.
Yeah. This is perfect that Molecule's right. This is about broken stuff. And now we get to test it. I have studio mode on, so when it's fixed, I'll see it.
Okay.
Okay, let me see here. Ooh, this is scary. I might just have to do a bad job.
It happens. I do that a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Every stream I run has a problem.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I'm going to fix the little guy first. Okay. I'll try, Meg. Just let's have a look.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes this happens.
Also, sometimes when we go to fix the one camera, the other camera falls apart. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to touch it. But yeah, I did kind of want to have this on camera because that was the whole point of today. So there's that. Anyway, pinning this guy in. Let's see how he is. I guess I can't show anybody. This part is always nerve-wracking because I have drilled like through, I'm sure we all have, right? When you're practicing, drill like through the side of your model. But anyway. Oh, there we go. I'm like, I felt a push. When I heard Meg could solve problems, anyone else assumed she'd just use violence. Gosh. Not me. I'm very nice. I'm innocent. Everyone around here tells lies about me. How is our... Okay, super glue. Yeah, I figured super glue would be winning this poll. It's a lot more versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And faster.
Yeah.
But I do know some people like to use...
The tool we need to have on this is... There we go. These arms. There we go. Zach is the man. He got it fixed.
There you go.
Look at him.
Oh yeah, show the...
This is the best tool. This is what everyone should take to a tournament.
We actually do take this.
Yeah, I always take this tool.
Usually, yeah.
I will shill for this tool every day on this stream because it's so good. How's my tongue doing? It's doing all right. It's hardening up. I was thinking I might stab some texture into it because like our tongues have little like bumps, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I might do that when it hardens up a little more. It's still it's pretty soft. I don't know, there's a joke in there somewhere. But I do need to drill further into this arm, or I could just cut the wire down, but it's in there. Look at his little arm, little skeleton, little wire skeleton.
You guys know we like to do our bits here on the hobby stream.
Our bits. We love to show you our bits.
We like to have fun.
Yeah.
And so we have a bit today. Here we go.
A bit.
We were thinking about fixing things. And we were thinking...
Because we are fixing things.
Because we are fixing things. Man, he did a good job on these bases.
I know.
For real sand, which makes
Here, let's show
awful
it.
bases usually. Just be gentle with this guy because he is... I
got it.
He's... Okay, that
This
one's
is the
fine.
sand, yeah. The bases.
He used
looks
used
good.
real sand. It's actually...
Oh, did he?
I think so. Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to make bases look good with real sand.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it, and it's just I think it's just multiple layers, letting it dry and then painting it correctly, because it is easy to make it look like garbage, which he didn't do. Man, I love these little gun haulers. I can't wait to shoot him out of the sky again, or fight him out of the sky, which seems weird.
Oh
but
my God.
Okay. So we were talking about other things out in the world that suck and that need to get fixed.
Need to be fixed.
Yeah, and we wanted to kind of talk about like things that are... a lot of us will look and say, wow, that's just bad. Why is it bad? Why is this thing in society bad? Okay? And we didn't want to get political, so there's no weird political things.
Oh my God, Zach.
Oh, Meg, just flip the camera view over so you can see it.
What? No, I'm trying to look at...
Oh, I know. I'm saying... Never mind. Okay.
I'm good.
All right, here we go. So first up on the chopping block are...
Not New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolutions. Okay. First up on the chopping block are bathrooms, public bathrooms. We're going to put fix it. Okay. Public bathrooms.
Oh my God, today's crazy.
Now it's centered.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Public bathrooms, I think, are a problem.
In particular,
They're
tell me some problems you have with public bathrooms. And I'll tell you some problems I have with public bathrooms.
Oh, I want to hear about how U.S. public bathrooms are worse than other bathrooms. But I mean, number one is like, it's a bathroom. Like everybody wants privacy in a bathroom.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Sure.
And this is just a series of holes along a wall. Like the walls don't go all the way, or the doors don't go all the way down, like the stalls don't go all the way down. You're just like literally using the bathroom next to somebody else. I mean, for boys it's even worse, like because the urinals are right next. And I just think that's so weird. Like, why are we all pissing like next to each other and like in a place where you can hear each other? And I hate it. I just hate it so much. At least have like music playing or something in the bathrooms.
I know.
I hate bathrooms. What about you?
I mean,
Yeah,
I absolutely hate public bathrooms.
The gap, yes.
I absolutely hate public bathrooms. I don't really use them very often.
Price.
Honestly, even private, semi-private public bathrooms. For example, our Airbnb that we went to had 3 bathrooms for 10 people.
Oh, yeah.
I just kept peeing outside. I don't know that I was supposed to do that.
I kept peeing in the backyard.
Yeah, I would just go in the backyard and pee. Which leads us to the solution, honestly.
To just go outside?
Well, I mean, kind of, right? We were thinking, bring back the outhouse.
The humble outhouse.
The humble outhouse.
Had it right. You're far away from everybody.
You can.
You have total privacy.
Right. I do have a couple questions about the outhouse.
Oh, I hate that. Like, why do we need
moon cut out?
And why do you want to cut out so people can like see in? It's so gross.
Yeah, why? I don't like the moon cut out. I would like the moon cut out.
No plumbing. It just goes straight back into the ground. Yeah. No, it probably goes into some kind of septic, right? Is that how outhouses work?
I don't know.
I've used an outhouse, like a legit outhouse. In Eneas, this place where I've talked about this, but like rural part of Washington that my family used to live in, there were some people who they didn't have plumbing. They used an outhouse. It was very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the right idea. You have total privacy.
You have privacy. Yep.
This is the solution to public bathrooms.
It looks, honestly, I think the big problem is cold. It's cold. It's probably cold a lot of the times in there. Out there
yeah,
and in
soups. There. I get that. It's just like it needs to be up higher. Like it needs to be where people can't look in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we solved bathrooms.
I mean, I'm essentially suggesting making nice.
A nice out. No, yeah. Just this.
Now I will say this.
These are cheaper.
Megan didn't want me to include this picture, which makes sense because we were talking about fixes. But I will say, if you want to see another really good fix, go to the BWI airport in Baltimore, in Maryland. I
think I took a picture of it and posted it in our Discord in the travel, because I was like, this is an amazing public bathroom. So you can just scroll up through travel and find it.
Yeah, the bathrooms at BWI have recently been renovated, and they are incredible. The other thing I just want to talk about public bathrooms, Meg, I was talking with you about this last night. We were saying that bathrooms kind of have this funny issue. I don't know if you guys have noticed, where one of the goals, at least in American bathrooms, is that the bathroom itself has an entirely hands-free experience, other than using your hands to touch your penis while you pee or whatever you're doing, right?
I don't touch my penis when I pee.
Okay. Outhouse bidet, yeah. Ew.
Oh.
With no plumbing? That's gross, actually.
Ew, the water just comes from the outhouse water.
I like bidets, but not...
God. I can smell this picture. All right, I think we fixed it.
No, what I'm saying, I was talking about something else. I was saying, have you guys noticed that you go into a public bathroom and they're like, okay, we're trying to give you a hands-free experience, but like, one part of it is not hands-free, right? And the second, like, okay, the sink, the toilet, the urinal flushes on its own, or the toilet flushes on its own. Okay, cool. Then I go into over to the sink, and okay, the soap comes out on its own. But the sink, I have to use my hand on. It's like, well, now you've ruined it. Or the door, I have to open with my hand, or whatever. Like, I don't know. They always get it wrong. They always miss one thing. Public bathrooms are kind of a mess in the U.S. Yes, the Rio windowed bathroom. Remember that, Meg?
Oh, God. That's ridiculous. That makes me angry.
I remember the one. I'm sure some people
why?
I'm sure some people we've told this story about our road trip.
Yeah, maybe, but that's fine. We can just talk about Rio. since we're limited on time.
We got,
But the Rio decided it would be a romantic idea to put wall windows in between the bathroom and the bedroom.
the main room that you stay in a hotel, like
Yep.
where
Yep.
So you can watch somebody
So you
taking a
can
shower.
Do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a terrible, horrible idea. And I think the revamped rooms don't have them anymore.
That's nice. What I was gonna say,
I would like hang a towel because I was like, I don't even want the idea of that happening.
I shared
Hey, Polly.
I shared a room with our friend Andrew.
Oh God.
When one of my first LVO, and that was interesting
Yeah, I bet.
for Andrew and I to experience together.
All
No,
right.
what I was saying is Meg and I went on a road trip one time, even worse than the Rio
Yep,
one.
it was a literal hole, and it was like almost the whole wall.
It was heart shaped,
It was shaped like a heart. They thought that'd be romantic.
and it wasn't in the shower. It was like here's the toilet, and then there's a heart shaped hole in the wall out into the main room. And Meg and I went in and we're like, nope, we're gonna need a different room.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the girl when we went up to the front desk. She was like, she knew exactly what was coming. She was like, okay, yep, no problem. Just like,
Well, anyways, that's not a public bathroom.
Yeah.
We did solve the public bathroom, so I think we can move on to the next one.
move on. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
funny story.
Yeah.
Okay, dishwashers.
Why can't you just throw your garbage in them and they work?
Yeah, dishwashers don't work very well.
They don't work.
Have you guys noticed this?
Our dishwasher stopped work. Well, it didn't stop working. It started like clogging. It clogs all the time. And I swear, like I do clear the plates when I put them in. Zach will attest. But yeah, ours clogs all the time, and I just got tired of it. So we've been washing by hand for about a week, and I'm kind of like, it's fine.
I have emptied the filter, and
Yeah.
there's a guy, our friend.
Oh my God, shut up, you guys.
Our friend Mike told us about this YouTube channel of a guy who is like, okay, here's
We cleared the filter.
this guy's like a big dishwasher guy, and he tells you all the ways to use dishwashers better, and kind of reviews different dishwashers. For example, he tells you, and we've been doing this, if you use the little pods, which is what we use, you don't put them in the thing, you actually just put them in like the utensil thing. Here's the funny thing about dishwashers. Dishwashers are very similar to when people were like,
I hate you guys.
when people were like, what can you put and can't put down a garbage disposal? There is one, no consensus, and two, you ultimately and slowly find out as you go through life that the answer is, with a garbage disposal, nothing. Nothing can actually go down a garbage disposal. Dishwashers are sort of similar. People tell you, oh, you're actually not supposed to clean the dishes before you put them in that
Nobody
much.
has ever told me that.
That's
This is something you learned
Oh,
that
no,
drives
it's a common
me
thing.
crazy.
It's a common thing.
And you
the-
just put them in with stuff all over them.
I think if there's like huge chunks.
One time, Zach put a dish in the dishwasher that had eggshells on it.
Yeah.
Like an eggshell.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's right.
So what they say is that soap won't. If there's nothing for the soap to engage with, it's not really gonna foam up and
Just
work,
don't know
right?
if I believe that.
Yeah. Nobody actually. That's fine. The point is nobody knows. Nobody has gotten it right.
Yeah.
Dishwashers don't really. Dishwashers are. I will say
And-
this.
Yeah. Sorry.
They are
sorry.
starting to work, but they're expensive and in
So,
new houses.
Yeah, we've always lived in apartments, so we always get really crappy dishwashers. So that's another
That's part of
reason why we have trouble with them. But there is a solution for this.
We have two solutions. Actually, no, just one. And there's a few ways you could do it. What always works quite well are showers. And so we were thinking.
Yeah, I don't like baths either.
We were thinking that you either could replace the dishwasher with a little shower
shower.
area for your dishes. Just copy the exact thing that a shower does. And then you put the dishes in a heap.
In a
and,
heap.
and then you squirt them a little bit with water or soap. And then you just have this thing blast them. No, kind of like a sink.
But a
Seppi.
shower.
But I want to be able to walk away and the shower is
Exactly.
automated. The other option is just use your actual shower to clean your
Yeah,
dishes.
or like, guys, just don't wash them. It's fine. Look at me, I'm good.
Yeah, I know. Polychrome professional kitchens pretty much do have like this I worked at a pizza shop like when I was in high school, and they have like a thing that's like pretty much with this. They have the spray thing too, but then they have a thing you load it in, you push it over, and it just like quick like blasts it all with water super fast. Yeah. Yeah.
Paper
so
plates and cutlery.
that's just what it kind of makes more sense, right? Showers work. Dishwashers don't work. We should just be showering our dishes.
Yeah, shower the dishes.
Okay, this one.
Lines.
I have a lot.
Cues.
I have a lot to say about this one. Lines and cues.
You have a lot to say about this one?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't. Got it. Okay.
Lines and cues. Okay, cues is what you guys call them in the UK. Lines is what the rest of the world, UK and presumably India and Canada, you call them cues. We call them lines in the rest of the world. Okay. I one time was watching the most validated I've ever felt by a person on TV was, of all people, kind of a horrible person, but Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear one time was talking about how he was saying most of the world does not know how to queue up. And he's totally freaking right. So I guess in the UK, you guys are good at forming lines. The other place that I've been,
I think we're okay.
And that I grew up, no. California, no. Most of the U.S. is awful at it. The place that's good at it, that I grew up, Northeast U.S., which kind of makes sense. These are high financial, high rural following areas. The UK, Northeast U.S. When I grew up, I grew up in a line forming area, and I assumed
we formed lines
poorly.
What?
Poorly. California lines are gosh effing awful overall. I would rate them 2 out of 5.
I just haven't noticed that. I guess it's because I'm from here and I feel like it's fine.
It's bad.
Like where?
So
all right, I need an example here. I need an example.
When we lived on the East Coast for a year, we went to John Oliver's rally to restore sanity. And to get to John Oliver's rally to restore sanity, we had to take the Metro link, Metro into D.C. And at the Metro station in Maryland that we went to and parked our car.
So you're talking about Maryland. You're not talking about California.
I'm talking about Maryland.
Okay.
I'm talking about how a line should work. We formed a big line.
Yes.
And then these fuckers.
These bozos tried to
cut the line. And everybody in the line
was like, you can't do that.
It got close to them being murdered. And they had to go to the back of the line. And it was a big thing. And everyone laughed at them. That's what should happen when someone tries to cut lines. Cutting lines in California is like, you just cut a line, there's no consequences.
That's not...
People cut lines all the time in California. They can barely form them.
I don't even know how to respond to this because he's just lying. Okay. Anyways, what's the solution we have for lines?
Sorry, I'm not done.
Are you sure?
When I went to the South...
I just stabbed myself.
I lived in the South, the U.S. South for a while.
Now I'm bleeding.
I lived in the U.S. South for a while. Do you need for pressure or whatever?
No, I'll just tongue it.
I lived in the U.S. South for a while. Awful at forming lines. Incapable of doing it. Has anyone else noticed this? Has anyone else moved around to different parts of either the U.S. or Europe or the U.K., Australia, wherever you guys are from, and noticed that people are either good at it or bad at it, or I've just noticed people are pretty bad at forming lines.
Oh, what's wrong with San Pedro? Yeah, it is, John. That's why I'm going crazy. What about San Pedro Square Market? The whole thing is designed as it's pretending lines. I don't know. I don't have maybe that's bad lining, but there's tons of places to get food in there. And so the lines, mix, or you get a buzzer and then you go wait. So you don't even need to line up. I don't know. You line up, get your buzzer, and then you leave.
You should see. You guys.
I don't know. It seems fine to me. It works. Nobody's cutting. Is my point.
There's a little night market right by our apartment. It's got 2 taco trucks and then a Mexican food and some things you can buy. Mm-hmm. That the one place where it's things you can buy and they do danger dogs and other stuff right there. That place literally does not have a place to even form a line. There's not even a place to form a line. You would form a line if you could on the sidewalk, and it doesn't say the line goes this way or this way. There's just nothing. You just walk up to somebody who you think works there, and they're like, "Do you work here? Can I buy this?" No lines. It's crazy.
I don't know if I'd go with crazy, but all right. Anyway, so Zach doesn't like, I don't know. I guess neither of us. Wait, there's a problem with lines. I don't think the problem is with California, but whatever. In general, there's a problem with lines.
Yeah.
So how do we solve this?
Okay. So don't use lines.
Everyone becomes a British citizen?
Well, our suggestion was the one place that everything works well is, and again, it has to be the Northeast U.S. Delis, at Northeast Delis. When you go to a Northeast Deli, you get a ticket. And this is the other problem, is that the ticket system of taking a ticket, somehow California is amazing at it at the DMV, but outside of the DMV, it doesn't really work.
Is the DMV good at something?
Do we take the ticket? Do we not take the ticket? The ticket counter's there. Do I take it? Or am I just waiting in a crowd? So if you can't form lines, you need to do this ticketing system where you go and you take a ticket, and then someone calls you. And we thought the best way to do that would actually be to install a small deli most places.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
If you put a deli there, people will know what to do.
People will get it. They'll see the food. They'll see, this is a picture from Envato. They'll see the pineapple inside, the traditional pineapple that people put inside of deli cases. It's
not upside down, though.
It's not, or sideways. You know, I personally love making fun of Envato pictures. This is wild. This isn't even AI. And someone was like, do they put pineapples in deli cases? They have to, right? And then they put it.
Well, it's like decor, I think, at that point.
Can we do a quick Google check to see if anyone has ever put a full pineapple inside of a deli case before?
Yeah. Yeah, so as long as every location has its own deli, people will know how to line up, and it won't be a problem anymore.
Get rid of tickets and start a lottery for service at your deli. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mostly I prefer California to the East Coast. People's ability to function with shame and humility in public is peak in the East Coast. You don't interact with people. You keep your eyes down. Here's another thing that happens in California. In California, most parts of the world, it's okay to be walking in a straight line with the flow of traffic and then suddenly stop or turn around because you forgot something and like smash into someone. In the Northeast, if you do that, it's like you get committed to a psychiatric hospital. There's clearly something wrong with you.
I feel like this segment was just an opening for Zach to rant.
Okay, mosquito repellent, Meg.
Yep. Doesn't work.
Doesn't really work.
It smells bad too.
Yeah, you know what prompted me to do this one, Meg, is I was reading that citronella candles, factually tested, don't work.
Yeah.
Like they actually just don't work. And they smell awful.
It's the smoke, right, that kind of helps. If you have smoke around you,
smoke helps. Insects and stuff.
But I don't know much. I haven't looked into it. We don't have a lot of mosquitoes here.
Not really.
There's not a lot of standing bodies of water. I want to say everything's like the bay, most where we're located anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's not really a problem here, and I don't think about it. I always forget to wear mosquito, bug repellent when I go to places where I would need it.
Yeah.
But man, going to the East Coast, it is a wreck. Like there's so many bugs. There's so many mosquitoes.
I always remember the time. Yeah, Age of Canucks, I get what you're saying. He says, get bats. They'll eat 10,000 mosquitoes a night. That's a good solution. That's not what we came up with. We'll show you what we came up with.
We have a better solution, yeah.
Lemongrass, probably not, Pat. I think you're probably wrong about that. What I read is that nothing works. Very few things work, except for...
dryer sheets, huh?
Yeah, probably also doesn't work. Okay, so, all these are placebo effect. I don't know about lemongrass or dryer sheets, but mostly what I read is a huge list of things that don't actually work.
Okay.
The one they say does work, like the best one is actually fans, because mosquitoes are weak flyers.
Oh, they can't, yeah. You literally just like blow them away from you.
Yeah. People say like, oh, if you eat more garlic, they don't bite people who eat garlic. That's not true. Okay. Lemongrass and dryer sheets, maybe they work. I don't know. Here we go. We had a better solution. What do you think?
I like our solution.
Our solution was to simply dress up like a mosquito, because mosquitoes...
They don't suck other mosquitoes' blood. They're like zombies.
They don't suck
Zombies don't eat other zombies.
Yeah. And so we figured that if you're dressed like this mosquito
You'll be fine.
Hanging out on your front porch. If all you're doing is hanging out on your front porch and having like a shandy with a loved one or some friends over a summer evening.
Or Zach.
Yeah, I'm separate. I'm not lovable. If you're just sitting there having a drink or whatever, that's the joke. I'm not lovable. If you're just sitting there having a drink, if you're just sitting there having a drink, I understand that the mosquito outfit might not be practical for a hike, but I think for like
You just gotta practice with it.
yeah, I definitely think Meg, it'd be fine to like just sit. Oh, Bryce catches rats.
Wow, Bryce. See, Bryce gets it.
Yeah, they see another rat and
They're
like, oh, this guy's cool.
he's fine.
This guy's cool.
Oh God, what's he doing?
Oh, that's true. What he's saying.
Yeah, we could be attacked by bats or frogs, but they're pretty small. We can just kick them, just punt them.
I would be worried about like a large number of them ganging up on me though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That is a big mosquito. They're like, wow, that's dinner for months.
Yeah, Appleberry brings up a good point if you're an attractive giant mosquito.
Oh yeah, it could be like the Penelope and skunk. I forget the name of the skunk in Looney Tunes, where it's like
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. That's right. And you're just constantly sexually assaulted by other mosquitoes.
I did first look up sexy mosquito costume to see if I could find the sexy one.
Yeah, if you're don't wear that one. Don't wear a sexy mosquito costume.
Yeah, you'll be asked. Yeah,
you'll be asking for it.
Yeah, you'll be asking for it with how you dressed as a mosquito.
Yeah.
But if you dress like this mosquito,
you'll be
By
fine.
the way, this looks like someone's homemade costume.
Does it?
Because you can look in the background and see that there's garbage and like this. Clearly, no company will have taken this picture for their modeling picture. Wrong. This is actually from DHgate, which is like an Amazon from China, and this is an actual product available for sale. This costume.
Yeah, go get it.
Go get it. Go get it.
Oh, we should add it to our affiliate link list so that we can get a kickback every time someone buys this costume. We're like, look, it works.
Wait, this isn't the sexy mosquito.
Zach looks for sexy mosquito costume, is disappointed it doesn't exist. Oh my God. All right, well, good. I'm glad we solved all these problems.
Look at this mosquito costume.
Okay, we're done.
We're done. All right.
We're confusing everyone. Hi, Boris. If we send it to the Hobby Collab P.O. box, we're gonna make Saray wear it.
Ooh, that was scary.
That was scary. Oh,
this is a good time to talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is actually happening right after our.
It is happening right
our
after.
stream. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to just hear. I don't know that I'll be doing any of the workout along, but I am kind of excited today to hear just kind of like getting going on this. There's a gym opening up near us, so I'm kind of excited this year for this. And Cody's an actual professional at this. When we have people on outside of painting, well, anything we have people on, we like the people to actually be professionals. So Cody's not just a guy who's fit and can lift a dog. He actually is a fitness person. So an amazing painter and doing some fitness stuff. This is if you're a lab mandrill, right after this class, or not class, right after our show here.
Right after our hobby.
In less than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So join us. Remember, we will record it, so you can read about it, can view it later. But if you want to ask those like very acute, personalized questions, boom, this is the time to do it.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, Meg, how's it going with you?
Sure. Yeah, I just pinned this Lumineth. This is the one I stepped on. It fell.
Oh boy,
and I
it looks
stepped on it.
Okay.
I did pin the leg. I'll probably have to like maybe touch it up with some paint if I care at this point. But yeah, this is a rough one. Like I really hate when something is only touching the ground with one leg. Like, did they really expect this to stay together? Bozos. All right, but now I'm doing like the easy stuff last, which is great. So I'm gonna start gluing. It's really just gluing stuff to bases.
Do any of you guys know about the Philip Glass opera, The Photographer? It's an opera about this guy who was in a bet in the 1800s that a horse, through part of its entire gait, at some point all four legs are off the ground, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that people have like thought since antiquity or wondered. And it wasn't until photography that they were able to prove that that is actually true.
Yeah.
There is a second where all four of a horse's feet are
off the ground.
Nobody knew that for sure. And it's somehow an opera about that.
An opera about that?
Yeah. It's called The Photographer.
Interesting.
Yeah. He has some cool operas. He has one called Einstein on the Beach, where Einstein, it's an opera, but Einstein's actually played by violin. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not a singer, not a vocalist.
Hold it by the tail.
Yeah, running Space Marine.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I need something else to glue. Is there anything else over there?
There is. You have a Night Haunt Bozo.
Oh,
and you
Bladegeist
have
Revenant.
Chaos something Bozo.
Oh, another Chaos guy?
Well, there's an arm here with a shield.
Oh.
I don't know where that goes.
Okay, okay.
There's an arm here with a mace. This is one of my skeletons, so I need to go back. You can see blood on my fingers from stabbing myself. Yeah, so I don't know. I actually don't have the body over here, so it must be over on the shelf still.
Yeah.
And then again, same thing. I have a Raptidon that's missing a banner. I love these banners. Otherwise, yeah, I would like throw them away. If I can cut.
I know
this
the banners
off,
are cool.
I love the Seraphon banners. Yeah. If I can cut.
They just don't stay on.
If I can cut this off where it gets to, I'll probably repin it. Same thing, sir. This one, I guess I could cut. Then I lose this little tag. If I cut the whole thing off, though, I could just do a rod. So I might do that for this.
I'm going to end the poll in 1 minute. And I want to know people who use plastic glue. I'm not saying you're wrong. I usually take both, to be honest with you, in my kit. But prepare to defend yourselves. Why do you take plastic glue? Super glue is the clear winner.
Super glue my wound.
That's a thing that people do.
I'm not doing it. It's fine. I just licked it.
Oh man.
Just stop breaking your rod. Yeah, I will replace the whole rod if it makes sense to.
Here's a good reason to take plastic glue. This super glue just closed up on me.
That's not good.
People who use plastic glue.
Why do you hate yourself so much?
Yeah.
Well, I use it when I'm first building.
No, of course,
but
of course.
I can't...
I mean on like the travel pack or whatever.
Yeah, the travel pack, no, because... Did you guys hear that?
All of my super glues have literally somehow, during the course of the stream, closed
you can't always sand down to get the... If I could do that every time, that's what I would choose to do, though. I'd rather use the plastic, to be honest. Oh my gosh, don't break. Just put you there. Okay, it didn't break. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love these little hands. They're so perfect for everything. So I can sit there and dry while I do these too, because they're pretty easy. How are you guys? I had a really hard time logging off on Friday. I was genuinely having a really nice time talking to everybody. And then what do I have to do? I have to figure out this week how to resin pour and how to make a waterfall. So that's this week. All right, you stay there. That's true. I should just do a resin pour for every model. Then I'll get those 2 points. Like, I did a resin pour.
There aren't points for a resin pour.
Oh,
though.
Man.
It's just, that's part of what's so annoying about all of this right now is there's no formalization that we all need to be doing resin pours. It's just like very obvious when you see what wins.
Use plastic glue to melt one of your models as a warning to the others. No points for resin pour.
I know.
All right, this is another one that's going to need the hands because it won't stay. Let's check it. How are you doing, hands? Not ready. You stay. All right. I try to avoid using the quick dry because it snaps off so much faster. So I'm going to let this sit.
Do you mean accelerator stuff?
Oh, what did I say?
We say quick dry, but
Okay,
is
yeah,
that what you mean?
that's what I meant.
Is that-
The
okay.
accelerator, sorry. Not to confuse everyone. Let's see. You know, it's hard because, like, okay, now it fits. Because I have a rocky base, so if I don't put it in the exact spot, it won't stick. Okay, so now I think I got it. Wow, how's the tongue doing? I wonder if I can start poking it yet.
Okay, closing it. Yeah, why do you guys like why do you take plastic glue for your emergency?
Yeah, I'm
travel?
curious, like, whoever picked plastic, why is that your go-to travel glue?
I definitely see some good valid reasons for it. Like I said, I literally just had to get double pliers out to open super glue, 2 super glues.
Man, my freaking hand is
My favorite super glues are the actual
anything.
super glue brand super glue, because it's, you know, we call it all super glue, but only super glue brand super glue is actual super glue. The rest of it is Serrano Actite. Yeah, Serrano Arcolate glue. Which is the non-brand name for super glue. Anyway,
Okay.
I
It's kind of like how you get annoyed when I say Kleenex and you're like, or chapstick, and you're like,
Carmex. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it has kind of ever eternal storage issues, right? Like I like these small little tubes because basically they still also get gunked up and screwed up, but it's just that you have a smaller amount of super glue in the tube until you have to toss it, right? So when one of these bigger ones gets all gunked up and unusable, then you're like, cool, there's still a lot of super glue, and you know, you start cutting it open and carving it out and doing all kinds of weird things to it. By the way, speaking of super glue, this stuff is very awesome. This dissolves super glue. Very useful if you get in your fingers or if you get frosting on your models. It's called AK Eraser, AK brand.
Ah,
Yeah. It's nice.
Okay.
You can also kind of use it to clean your super glue bottles, which is sort of what I'm trying to do a little bit of right here.
okay. I'm trying to press some texture into the tongue using this little steel rod that I've been using for pinning. I'm just trying to get that center line.
Saray says plastic glue is better for fixing models at the end of the first day of a tournament. That's true. Yeah, I mean,
What's the difference between the first day and the second day?
I think he's saying like as far as like during the actual tournament itself, like if something broke like right before your first or second game,
Oh,
you'd want super glue. Yeah.
I see. Oh, I got blood all over myself.
Going around at a tournament disassembling my opponent's models. Yeah, just being like, just Ty, he's such a nice guy, being like, hey, cool looking army. And then they see you just putting drops of this on their army. And they're like, hey, what the hell, man? And you're like, all right, well, see ya. And then you leave and their model just falls apart. That'd be funny. Okay, Meg, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm like I said, I'm doing tongue texture.
Doing tongue stuff.
Yeah, I'm doing tongue stuff.
Thank you, John. He says, John Halfman, he says, for Meg, cup washing. Also, thanks for helping perk me up and laugh a little while I'm home because home life has been very down and stress-filled lately. Yeah, holidays can be kind of...
I'm sorry to hear that, John.
Holidays kick a lot of that stuff off.
Yeah.
Or they can.
I'm glad that we're like a place for you to chill out, feel better. I'm glad that you like hanging out with us. And that we can make your day a little bit better. That's one of the goals.
Definitely one of the goals. Meg, we have...
A lot of fan
we have some stuff to get through. And one of the things we also need to get through is the challenge. We have the
new
last challenge.
yeah.
Let's jump into fan stuff first. Okay?
Sounds
All right,
good.
here we go. So we have a lot of fan stuff and a lot of great fan stuff.
Vino.
This is Vino. He painted
know
his
that guy.
Marathi. I like the wings. I like the maroon color. He wanted to paint her a little more box art instead of...
Yeah, he does that with his characters, he said. Characters, heroes,
Yeah.
he paints them to look like the box art. And so that's Marathi. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you did such a good job.
He did a good job. It's a cool model. I've painted this model, and it is super fun to paint.
Yeah.
She's a really great model, and yeah, you did a great job. Nice gold. I love the maroon, reddish like maroon. Little texture in the wings.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, this is. Do we know who this is? I don't know who this is right off the.
This is a Leo.
Oh, okay, Leo.
And this is a bingo. You can see the little dog there. Our hobby bingo challenge is going on right now. You can easily find the channel in our Discord with that little puppy icon next to it. But yeah, so Leo crossed off 10 model unit.
Yeah, some Guardians.
list, yeah.
These are black, painting the black Guardian style. I think, right? The black and bone kind of color of... what is the craft world that does this? Maybe one of you guys knows. I know they had a cool formation for this at the end of 7th edition. But it looks good. I like the bone. I like the black. I like this color palette.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for doing the hobby challenge.
Is it all the way polychrome? It might be. All the way. Okay. Yeah. Super cool. Oh, wow.
Rudy.
We were just wondering if Rudy's been painting Tyranids recently. A lot of these Tyranid warriors are like sculpted and stuff that they're like climbing and jumping over things, which is extra cool.
And the terrain too. Really cool.
Yeah. The terrain is definitely cool. Want to mention that for sure, but it is nice to see him getting to paint some models to actually play games with. I know he brought that up recently.
Glad you're getting to do that more. I love your Tyranids again. What a cool scheme.
Yeah.
Like you usually see like vibrant stuff. I like seeing this pastel.
The pastel, yeah.
Look.
The bone and the light blue. Yeah.
It's different.
Very nice. Cool terrain. What is this purple part of this terrain right here?
Looks like a light maybe.
Is it? Or is it melting? I'm not
some
sure
kind
what
of
that
alien
is.
surface. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more pictures of this in our Discord, so you guys should check it out.
Actually, what is this building on the right, Rudy? On the right of the picture here? Is it totally scratch built? What'd you make that out of? I see the wall on the top, right in front of the Tyranid. I see that I know where that's from, that like rusty colored thing. But what is the frame of this building from? I don't recognize it. Let me know. And Rudy, we do have the sculpting tools.
I just ended up grabbing something next to me because it was right here. I wasn't planning on putting texture on the tongue, but I think I will let it harden a little more and then add more texture to it later. This is a newcomer to our server. This is Infinity Hammer, and joined because saw you playing Deepkin on our channel, and so this is their.
Crown spine?
Yeah, I was gonna have you guess, but you got it. Yeah. It's so freaking cool. I found this super inspirational to look at.
I've been struggling not to want to do.
Look at that wave, man.
Yeah, I've been struggling not to want to do custom primal energies for my Deepkin. For LVO, I don't know if I have time. I probably have time to either make custom primal energies or a display case and not both. But seeing him do this is very inspirational.
I love it. I love this so much. I love the harness. I didn't even notice the harness the first time. I was really looking at the wave. I love how it's floating in the air. It feels actually magical.
Yeah. I do need to see the rest of this army. Yeah.
Yeah. The rest of his army is super cool. I just picked one thing because we usually only show one thing. So this one was my favorite because I just thought it was so imaginative. Yeah. Yeah, and well done. I love it.
I like the color. I do want to see the rest of the army. Oh, also, obviously, the waves are quite good. Yeah. Kind of hard to do those.
Because he did this also on what is it called? The Eidolon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did the clear resin over it. It looks really cool. You guys make sure you go check it out.
Very cool. This is a
Filippo.
ball pit by Filippo. Okay, cool.
It's like Dune. It looks creepy AF.
Yeah, this is the ogre terrain
Dune,
piece.
Star Wars, kind of looks like predator teeth. Yeah, I love the way they're painted. Like, I don't see a lot of black teeth. And so, like, seeing all these black teeth in a pit, it just looks terrifying.
Polly, looks like a popcorn
Yes.
bucket.
Looks like the popcorn bucket we all wanted after Dune 2.
Also, I like the long rib cage bones that are like how dark they are. Mm-hmm. Everything, the snow, the tall grass,
Yeah.
very cool. I love me some tall grass. This is great.
Yeah.
That's a cool piece of terrain. Very nice. I don't think I knew Filippo was doing any ogre stuff. Maybe he just started.
Yeah. Thanks, Filippo.
This is NC Wolf. It's
Yay,
cool to
Wolf.
see NC Wolf.
Look at these little
He
things.
started recently painting, but you can see that he's getting better already, which is great.
I love
the
these
lightning
little
effect.
Yeah, lightning things coming out.
So, and then this guy in the front, I think, is doing like a transformation stealth thing. You can see I think the silver part is what Wolf is saying is like not cloaked. And then you see the cloaking is moving down the arm.
Yeah.
And we'll cloak
Yeah,
the rest of
that's
it,
right,
which
that's
is
right.
pretty cool. Yeah.
I remember him talking about this. Thanks, Wolf.
Thanks, Wolf.
These are
Nice
fun.
stuff. Good to see you.
Love hanging out with you and Hobby Hang.
Yeah, good to see you paint. Like, keep going, painting stuff. Wowie wow! This is Zacharias.
This is a lion,
Yeah, this is super
right?
cool.
No, is this the lion?
I don't. Is this the lion?
I think it is the lion. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna say yes. Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's all green.
Maybe one of my favorite ones I've ever seen.
Isn't that the lion right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, super cool. Geez.
Pretty, yeah.
It's just like aggressive edge highlighting. Like
It's so moody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all that green.
I like the red helmet crest thing as
And the
well.
old dude's helping him out.
Yeah.
What are they anyway? They're so small.
What are they called? They're called Watchers in the
Why
Dark.
are they so small? Are they
And,
people?
So
Is he a person?
he's a Primarch, which
don't know what that
means he's like made from the Emperor. He's like the Emperor's son.
Oh.
Watchers in the Dark are an
Yeah,
alien.
the red is really nice.
I always I forgot what they are. I know they just kind of like their origins are mysterious, but I know that they just help the Dark Angels. In general, there's like a lot of things in the 40K galaxy, as there are in the AOS universe, that just hate chaos and will kind of materialize and help things fight chaos. That's sort of what those Gargoylians are.
Chaos is like, mind your business.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Soups is literally saying they're the 40K versions of Gargoylians. So they just show up because they hate chaos and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Oh, this is cool. Who's this?
Newcomer. Let's see. It's Alesh.
Alesh. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. Little orky guy. I love the reflective green.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's always a cool technique to see.
Yeah. And then I kind of like the color. Like, this is like this interesting color of like, red skin on orcs is pretty cool. I know people have been doing that more recently, but I like this color because you kind of can't describe this color. And then like the armor kind of helps frame the green and the red, or like kind of be a backdrop for them.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like, you know, in a lot of ways, Ard Boys are all about their armor, Iron Jaws, but they've
Iron Boys, I like it.
They've sort of shifted the focus to the skin and to this green glow, which is interesting. Yeah, cool stuff.
Very cool.
Thanks for posting, Alesh. Yeah. This is a big Boris.
Yeah, we know this guy.
Big Boris
Look at all the little tanks.
submission here for stuff. Yeah.
I guess I should say vehicles. I don't know if they're tanks or not. I don't know what all the words are for all these different things.
Some
But
dreadnoughts.
man, they're really
some
pretty.
tanks,
Yeah, it's cool to see them all together.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Man, I love that white.
The white and
That
red
cool
is
white.
cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
This is
Oh,
Sad Tony.
This is great.
Yeah, Sad Tony posted a bunch of Ultramarines, and he had a huge batch of them, and this is the little leader guy.
Okay.
But man, it's pretty.
Look at a little silver skull on the screen.
Yeah, the screen is great. There's some
screen's a
nice
great
little
touch, yeah.
little freehand going on.
I like the dusty feet.
Dusty feet.
Yeah, see how the feet are kind of dusty?
Sad Tony is Steven from Fault Line. Oh.
Steven from Fault Line.
Cool.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Good to see you, Sad Tony. Or Steven. You've been outed. Well, this is beautiful.
The dusty feet, yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Nice touch.
Yeah.
Not too much. A lot of people do too much when they do that.
This is Soy Sumer.
This is Soy Sumer, little skink wizard guy. I love this.
I made sure to give it a little yellow and a little heart, a little blue heart.
Yeah.
Soy, don't worry.
Good feathers.
Look at his little pupil. I love this
Good
crazy
pupil,
guy. He's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah. This is a cute little model. You
Yeah.
gotta get one of these, Meg.
I know. I will eventually.
Little skink guy running around.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very
love
nice. Looks like he didn't get the best picture of it, but it almost looks like there's a little non-metallic going on this thing up top. His like staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
I kind of want to see a better pic of that.
Yeah. I just really like this little guy, and I was like, I want to show off the pupil. People always avoid pupils.
Surprised their spell worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Soups. Oh wow, this is great.
Oh my God, I saw this and I gasped.
This is super cool. Yeah.
This is beautiful.
You did a really good job. This is killer. This might be the best Soups model ever.
Oh man, I just now noticed the wings fading too, like to the very tips.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The like fleshy armor stuff is super cool.
Man, it's so good.
The hair.
It makes me want to go watch Dracula.
It's also funny, like people do the hair, and you're like, oh, to do black hair, like all the other colors you have to add to make hair look black, and it still reads as black, and you feel weird doing it. Like you're adding all this white to black hair, and you're like, oh, it actually worked, right? Like it still looks like black hair.
Yeah, for sure.
Really cool. The bone shoulder pad, super cool.
Yeah. I love this. Anyways, and it ticked off a bingo box.
Okay.
It was a hero. Yeah.
This is
Cody. Reminder, guys, Cody can paint, but he can also teach fitness. And we're doing that right after this,
Right
12:15.
Yeah.
Go get some water, come back.
Yeah.
But don't forget to check out Cody's fitness class. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's beautiful. He posted a handful of things. And this one was my favorite.
I wonder if he might be getting ready for his class, but I wonder, I need to ask him what pants, these corals. I like these coral colors. I want to know what paints that he used for those. Oh, wow.
I want to say this is Bond.
Looks like it. Process of elimination. There he is. Boom. Yeah,
Cool.
these look great.
Yeah.
World eaters.
They're corn, yes?
Yeah, these
Corn
are world
eaters.
eaters,
Okay.
Marine, and they
Look
are
at their
corn.
little faces.
Yeah.
They're so mad.
They're angry all the time.
Yeah.
AK burnt orange. Okay.
This looks really nice. Yeah. Nice reds. Nice. I like the red with the their like tan skin. It almost looks the same. They just look like big red mean guys through and through. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at these models, they're actually a total pain in the butt to paint. Lots of look at all the edge.
What is worse, stuff. Like these guys, or Thousand Suns, or Lumineth?
Thousand Suns are probably with Lumineth. At least you get to move on and do a lot of different things. Thousand Suns, I found to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But these guys are just as bad. Honestly,
are they? Okay.
I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of nice trim work in there. It looks great.
Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, let's talk about the very last time we're going to do this. Our monthly challenge. So we don't need to go over rules anymore. Here are the entries for the monthly challenge.
For this month, for
we
December.
had a decent amount of entries. The theme was crowing all out. Therefore, the theme was somewhat
loose.
Somewhat loose. We kept it a little loose. We had some good entries. Here, there's the
I love Sharknado.
I want to see Sharknado on a base. I'm excited to see it based. Here's a Magnus from Chris. Mm-hmm. We saw him from Cody. Is this Filippo here?
Yep.
Yeah.
At Edom.
Okay, yeah. Right. Yeah. This was what's his name? I know he's from I know he's Dutch. On, right. Yeah. We've got the Vino, right? Or the chef's Necron.
Yeah. So all kinds of stuff we got this month, but there was one winner because there's always one winner, and we voted for Chef.
Yeah. You
did it, Chef.
This I don't know exactly what Stormcast hero this is, but the colors on it are awesome.
Yeah.
Like all the different colors. And there's just the metallic is nice.
I'm like trying to center it now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and Chef's been like really working hard on leveling up his painting and pushing
For years now, and
pushing
it's
things
been evident. It's
further
working,
than
yeah.
he's used to, and also taking better pictures. And I just think this is such a nice month for him to win, because I know he's really been trying, and it came out lovely.
Yeah, I like the purple cape part there, the little splash of color. I also really like the red on the hilts of the weapons. I don't usually. I think that's a part
to
of the
that much
model.
trouble.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's a part
same.
of the model. We kind of.
I usually just get it
But
done
he
really
really
quick.
pulled it out,
Yeah.
and like by pulling it out, I kind of feel like he added like just this other color that normally you wouldn't even really think much of. You wouldn't really think to look there for color. I think Cody helps so many of us out with his painting suggestions and stuff, and we're always asking Cody. I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of Cody influence here on Chef's work. What do you think? Like that red,
Sure.
literally the red. Can I show again real quick?
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, that's okay. Literally the red I'm talking about. I think I think that's something Cody would do.
Oh, sure.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have thought to do it either. But now seeing Chef do it, I'm like, oh yeah, Cody does this too. He brings out like a vibrant little detail and something
Yeah.
you're like not thinking much of.
Yeah.
So nice work, folks. We did it. We fixed things.
We did fix things.
And we're gonna bail here pretty quick
Oh.
so that we can get to Cody's class. Yeah, I'm gonna flip
Yeah.
to this one right away. Meg, how did you do on fixing things?
Well, I can't really show you from this view, so I'll do that.
Okay.
And yeah, I got the basic things done. I did a lot of pinning today. The green stuff is still going to cure a little bit more, but let's see. So I pinned this. I pinned his hand. I did drill the hole for the tongue to go. I also pressed a little hole so that hopefully it'll be easier. Pinned this guy. So much pinning. I wasn't expecting to do this much pinning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know I used the cool hands for this to stick it to the base. And right now it's holding this source guard. So I had to do it upside down because the base is heavier because of the magnets and this, the clay. So the two were like, this is pressing the arm down because it's too heavy. So I had to flip it so that gravity would work in my favor. Yeah.
Very nice.
So anyways, that's what I got done today. I have this little guy left, and then I'm pretty set.
Okay, amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you,
said.
mandrills, as always.
Yeah.
Remember, if you are a mandrill, Cody's class starting in about 12 minutes.
At least come and say hi.
Come and say
You've
hi.
earned it.
Check it out. Get some fitness advice from
Yeah.
somebody who does fitness things.
And if you're in our Discord and you have top talker right now or top texter role, you can go check. Then you can also join this workshop. Yeah.
Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves. Always be creating. Bye, folks.
Bye.